TOI Auto, and today me and Akash Paul here will be reviewing the facelifted 2023 Kia Seltos.
Now Kia is calling it the Badass 2.0 and that is why the two of us are reviewing it and हम आपको बताएंगे कि इसमें changes क्या हुए हैं, इसके इंटीरियर में फीचर्स क्या ऐड हुए हैं, इसके ADAS की टेस्टिंग भी करेंगे और प्राइस के बारे में भी बात करेंगे एंड आपको बताएंगे कि पुरानी वाली सेल्टोस के मुकाबले ये बेटर वाकई में है या नहीं है।
Now, before we start talking about what all has been upgraded in the 2023 Seltos, for perspective, मैं आप लोगों को बताना चाहता हूँ that I am personally an SUV owner. I like big and brawny SUVs because of the obvious benefits they give to me on bad roads and even in city conditions. Akash, on the other hand, is more of an enthusiast.
Exactly. And I like low-slung sedans or hatchbacks. I want more performance around the corners. I want more performance from the gearbox. So generally SUVs में वो नहीं होता, but let's see if the Seltos is any different.
Of course, because ये है एक mid-sized SUV, but Kia has retuned the top-of-the-line engine option to offer 160 PS of power and 253 Newton meters of torque this time.
So let's see how it fares on the road. Amar, bahar ho rahi hai barish and I don't feel like getting drenched in the rain. So let's talk about the design अंदर बैठ के ही. So
बिल्कुल.
I mean, let me know what you think of the new design.
The new design, I really like it, but it has got some caveats to it that I would say. But main point in focus, the Seltos has become really aggressive when compared to the earlier model. Although the lower trims will remind you of the earlier model, the upper trims most significantly have got a major redesign to the front of the SUV, which starts with the elongated DRLs that it gets now, the redesigned tiger nose, which is iconic Kia design language, and also the lower part of the front bumper, which has got different plastic elements to make it look more aggressive this time around.
And even जो GD line है, X line है, उसके भी bumper में there is a difference in design. So even if you buy those different trims of this new car, आपको थोड़ा differentiation factor वो मिलेगा अगर आप ऐसे vehicle ढूंढते हैं जिसमें if you're paying for let's say the higher trim and you want that differentiating factor कि देख के पता लग जाए कि हाँ
which is actually a very good thing because काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि manufacturers variants तो बहुत निकालते हैं and they are priced very differently from each other. बट कस्टमर के लिए ज्यादा पैसे देने के बाद भी the car looks very similar to the lower trims, which is not the case in the 2023 Seltos. So that is something that I liked a lot.
And मेरे को जो सबसे अच्छी चीज लगी वो है जो इसके नए tail lamps है. You have that connected unit obviously जो कि vertical हो जाता है towards the end. And it reminded me of a certain wrestler from the late 80s and early 90s. अगर आपको पता है मैं किसकी बात कर रहा हूँ तो comments में जरूर लिखिएगा. But that really looks good whether it's day or night, so that is something which I really like. Now the alloy wheels. First number I would like to ask you, बहुत सारे अलग-अलग alloy wheel designs हैं, तो what do you think of those? You even have an 18-inch option, तो पहले you tell me one thing.
So across all the variants of the Seltos, the lower trims get a 17-inch alloy wheel and the higher trims get an 18-inch alloy wheel. But personally, मेरे को तो design and the cut of the 17-inch alloy wheel, I liked it much more better. It looks more modern to me than the petal design that they have on the 18-inch alloy wheels that come with the GD line and the X line that we are driving right now.
And one more thing which I personally felt कि obviously आजकल सब लोगों को बड़े-बड़े alloys चाहिए, उस गाने भी आजकल ऐसे ही आ रहे हैं. But I think for this one, I think the 18 is just a little too big. It's filling up the wheel arch completely, and it just feels like जबरदस्ती like it's there ठूसा हुआ है.
It's filling up the wheel arch, but when you look at the car from behind, it is very slim also.
Yes, that is.
I mean, you cannot blame that because it adds to the fuel efficiency of the vehicle, but still.
Yes, that is it.
Now, the car that we are driving right now is finished in silver. This is the GD line, I think, Akash, right?
Yes, this
But
is
then, did you see the X line? The matte finish is still being offered. It's still being offered in the new Seltos. What do you think about that one?
that is chef's kiss, because we saw it in person and that looks so good. It looks so well done. And personally, if I were to buy, I would try and just collect money and get that model.
Not the new green shade that they are offering this time.
No, I'm like all for that black matte color.
That's great, that's great. But I think it will be more tedious to maintain over a long period ownership. So that is just subjective. Again, किसी को matte पसंद है, somebody would like a more traditional finish regarding other maintenance concerns and everything. So all those design changes in the 2023 Seltos are very well wrapped and packaged and have also resulted in a width increase of around 50 mm जो मेरे को तो खास महसूस नहीं हुई आकाश. What about you?
Same. मेरे को भी कुछ ऐसे बहुत change नहीं लगा from the dimensions.
And the ground clearance is also around 190 mm, which is good enough.
Yes. And altogether, I would say मेरे को design इसका काफी अच्छा लगा. It's really a great job that the designers have been able to improve on the previous Seltos का design, which itself looked really good and really